Well, before we start getting really nasty, if you want the really brutal stuff, I put it in literally a video I'm probably going to title Brutal. But going to try to be sympathetic to all the sides here, but it is just a clown mess. So the basic gist is that Lara and her father were separated via Scientology years ago, and Lara has done a thing where she goes to these protests asking for her father. I want to be very clear. Lara is a complete mess. Lara is a complete mess. So God only knows if this guy actually loves Scientology, would he be better off with her? I have strong doubts. Does he even really care about her father, or is it just something she's saying for the money? I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. That said, it's disturbing all the way through. So what happened is Aaron did a reaction to a video Scientology put up featuring, Lara's father, where, to put it mildly, he's revising the history of himself, Lara, and well, why aren't you two together? And basically tried to place the blame on her because she lacked integrity. If you don't know Scientology, you might be like, what do you, huh? Scientology is a buzzword. It means something very specific in Scientology. I'm not going to do a deep dive into the Scientology propaganda lingo. I don't really care. So it's very shifty, him basically revising for a certain audience what really happened. So to some extent, Aaron and Mike Brown, who came in later in the video, were fact checking. And usually I'm a fan of fact checking. I think fact checking is great, but that's not really what's going on. What is going on is that Lara and DOA for a long time have collaborated against Aaron. Now, Lara is her own woman. She doesn't agree everything that DOA says and does, but overall, she is supportive of his efforts. And DOA has made very clear he wants to destroy Aaron, which I agree with as well, because Aaron is a really nasty, manipulative piece of work. And this is a great example of it, of him pretending to care about Lara, pretending to care about her family, and just using them ruthlessly for content, but also to prop up his own propaganda. I mean, really, if you paid attention, and by the way, I'll be fair, I only sent, because I can only bear a few minutes here and there, I only watched little bits and pieces here and there because it was getting sickening. Basically, the real agenda seemed to be make the audience feel sorry for Jenna, right? And let's be clear, Jenna did have real traumatic experiences in Scientology as a young girl. That's fine. But the video is supposed to be about Lara and Lara's father. They got lost in the mix. It's about Aaron and Mike Brown, like, with inside scoops. Guys, it was so awful in the ranch and the Sea Org and the Free Winds. And, oh, by the way, I need to make money. And in the comment section, Jenna was like, oh, it was so hard for me. Oh, cleaning up and stuff. And again, I don't want to diminish. Some stuff she experienced was really horrifying, like picking up these huge rocks as a kid. But other things are like, that's not a thing to get upset about at all. That is not even a thing to be like, why are you, what? That is not traumatizing. That may be rough. It may be even a little brutal. Like, you're complaining that you grew up on a farm, basically. There are kids who do that. Kids who really do grow up on farms, they gotta do a lot of work. They gotta get up at the crack of dawn, get it all ready, squeeze those cows, tend to the horse, the whole thing. Is that trauma? No. Could it be? Maybe in a Scientology context. I think that's likely, but really, it's like you were really mad that you were being used for labor, which I agree. In a Scientology context, bad. But being serious about it, it's like, no, people who own farms, people who use their children to do a lot of labor, I mean, it's dicey here and there, but that's not necessarily traumatizing. It's not. It really isn't. So I'm like, so I need to give Mike Brown money because he didn't like playing with the horses. Well, no. So I need to give Jenna money. He's like, I don't want to play with the horses. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be a queen. Okay, well, Jenna, you have the money, you have the resources, you have a big house. Liquidate the house, get a lawyer, and sue your uncle for, forcing you to play with the horses. Otherwise, at this point, I just don't care. I really don't care anymore. I just the vast majority of these ex-Scientologists, I just don't care. Most of their stories are phony. Most of their complaints are phony. Like their solution to getting out of Scientology is create a new stupid cult that's even worse than Scientology in many ways, and then gaslight people and try to put people in jail. Even do far worse than that if they ask any simple questions like, "Wait, what? How did this work? How did that?" Oh, and by the way, the ringleader, Aaron, what's his worst experience? I mean, good or bad, at least Mike Brown can say, "Oh, the ranch." Rah, rah, rah. Jenna, at least, yeah, there were some horrifying experiences, which let's be skeptical, but okay, I could believe it. Aaron doesn't have any of this. Aaron doesn't have any of this at all. At all. Like, what's the trauma? It's nothing. Like, this video is nothingness. It's like, oh, God. Guys, you have no idea unless you've been in New York. Oh, the heart. Oh, the heart. Just to lose all the family. Lose your family. Okay. Nice acting. Well, no, it's terrible acting. And you're like, okay. Wow, Aaron, you should really be spending time with your daughters. But no, you gotta jump on it. I gotta make the money. Gosh. I gotta make the money. Me and Mike Brown, we gotta make the money. Right. Got it, King. Got it. Got it. And it was just moronic. So the people actively discussing this thing was you, Jenna, and Mike Brown. Oh, by the way, Mike was formerly on the SPTV Foundation board. So it's the foundation board doing propaganda for itself, which is doing propaganda for the SPTV Foundation. Right. Lara and her father are just getting lost far behind. And I want to be very clear, it does seem what he was saying was accurate, right? That the Scientology video is, to put it mildly, a very skewed perspective of how Lara and her father, their relationship broke down. And you do feel sorry for this guy because, honestly, where's he going to go? Let's say a miracle happens, he leaves Scientology. Where's he going to go? To Lara, to DOA and their insanity? That's not a good idea. Oh no, he's going to stay with Aaron and Jenna and their insanity. And that's where we are. You leave one massive insane cult, Scientology, you enter another insane cult. And there we are. And there we are. But really, it was really grotesque. And it was very bizarre too, because it's like Lara was streaming during the protest. Again, I don't like Lara, I don't trust Lara, and so on and so forth. But technically, again, this is her father. Why are you jumping in with any authority? It's like you don't have it. You're not her brother. You're not even her uncle or anything. So why are you talking about this? Why? I mean, okay, I will spill the beans a little bit. I usually do this for channel members, but I'll give you guys a little something. There are quite a few videos on Aaron by his family members, and they say very devastating things. Now, it is Scientology, so they could be lying. So I think that's what Aaron's trick is, saying, God, you can't believe Lara's father. Clearly it's all propaganda clown nonsense. Oh my God. Or being careful, he is telling the truth a little bit. Just like those people are telling the truth a little bit. We got to be careful. We can't just ignore the information. So we have to use it carefully. It is coming from a propagandistic angle, but we should be able to shift through it. But Aaron doesn't want you to shift through it at all because it is devastating. And again, it's hard to know. I'd like more receipts, but if this testimony is true, that he was a violent thug in Scientology, yes, he was violently attacking people. That holds up pretty well. On top of that, it's not just that. They're saying he stole the money. Oh, stole whose money? Stole his family's money. Now, again, I'd like some receipts there, to be fair to Aaron. But, yeah, that seems very likely too. So this guy's a con artist, a thief, a moron, a grifter, a manipulator. And now, days after these are his own words, guys. He doesn't like Lara. He hates Lara. He doesn't think Lara's a victim at all. Then it's like, oh, Scientology is victimizing my Lara. Really? This guy is just such a phony. Such a phony. Useless video. Useless video. it pains me to say this, but I think a nice rule of thumb is like 75% of all the ex-Scientologists, just avoid them. The vast majority of them are very deranged, and just vicious and evil, and they will try to draw you into their propaganda worlds, and it is what it is. You just got to protect yourself. There are a few good apples, and I'm not going to blame Scientology. I'm not blaming Hubbard. No, a lot of these people just are vicious brutes. Maybe Scientology made them a little bit more vicious, but no, it is way too much consistency, way too many cases. Like, it is what it is. It's just a generation of monsters, and that is what we have. A few good apples, but they're very rare. So just stay clear of them because it's just nothing. It's just sheer nothingness, black hole of insanity and hatred. Brought to you by Aaron for the money, and Mike Brown too for the money. And that's where we are now. That's where we are. That's Father's Day with them, apparently.